Hi, hello.
Hello.
We are back here, Coffee and Childbirth YouTube
Oh
channel
my God, it's
with
been
a regular mug.
yes.
Sorry, not branded. We're halfway branded, I guess, technically. We'll do the coffee cup for the next one. But we're here. We're doing it. We're
We
excited.
are here. It's been a minute. How you
I
been,
know.
Dr. Kelsey?
Well,
Since our event.
Since our event. It's only been a month when I look at the calendar.
But it feels like it was forever ago for some
It feels
reason.
like it was last year.
So much has happened.
Yeah. So we had the event at the beginning of June. This is being recorded July 11th. So like almost mid-July.
Yes, ma'am.
And we, in true fashion of like figuring this out, but still wanting to share information.
Yes.
We were like, let's just start off our like second season. We're going to say what we, kind of did that first season, how the event went.
Yeah. Like a little recap.
And then just go from there on that second those further topics.
So that's what we're going to talk about today. Right?
What was your thoughts on the
event? Our event?
Since we haven't really talked about it like on the YouTube.
Yeah, we have not. Well, I mean, I was kind of surprised.
In a good way?
In a good way.
Because I was a little nervous. We've had pre-conversations before this.
Of course.
We didn't we're not just launching it.
No.
Ripping the Band-Aid off in public. But go ahead.
No, I was really surprised how well it went. Better than, I guess, what I had. I don't know. I didn't have any expectations.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of was just like, it's going to happen the way it's going to happen.
Yeah.
But the turnout was better than we had anticipated. So that was a really great plus for us. I think it only gives us room to gives us the hope and the inspiration to grow it even further. You okay with that chair?
I don't know. I think it's just my body. I don't know.
Your body.
So
I think that was the big thing. And then how people kind of stepped in.
Yeah.
I was so impressed with people that were obviously not expected to speak on the panel.
Yes.
It was so last minute cancellation, like super last minute. Which I think you handled it really well, because I didn't even know until you told me that we had a cancellation.
Yep, just like a wedding, you don't tell the bride or the groom until they need to absolutely know. And maybe not at all. Maybe not even until after it's all done. If it's something that
I would have been like, wait, these are not.
Yeah, this is why it's like you do need to. Yeah, you do need to know that information. Yeah, you're like, that's not who I've met before.
So we just had some incredibly generous people. I feel like that came, supported us. It was a great first event. I think. Obviously some experimental stuff that we've done, a couple of things and things that we learned from those things. And, but for I would give,
are we doing stars?
I'm going to do I think I'm going to do like grade. Cause I'm,
okay.
You know what I mean?
We can be full objective.
Yeah. It's definitely above average,
above a C.
Yeah. It's above C. I don't think my standards are high. So it's definitely not an A.
I'd say it's an 89 or an 88.
Yes. I was going to say it's a B plus.
I say B plus. Yeah. It's a B plus.
It was a B plus. And for a first time event, I thought it was fantastic.
Because at that scale, I think that was the other thing that was different. So any of the other ones that I had done solo were so much smaller.
Right.
And so
intimate, like way more intimate. But I felt like it wasn't, we didn't lose the intimacy.
I don't think we did either.
Yeah. So I think that was great.
The venue being at Bottega really allows it to be that intimacy level that we would want without it having to be in a small conference room, which is what it was done before. So that I think was really cool overall. Yeah, a B plus. I think that partially too hopefully why we build a community of vendors and partners that understand what we're trying to do is what allowed them to be the people that I could pull off of, pull from the vendor tables.
I think that's the definition of a community, right?
So that we can say, I know that pretty much anyone in the room, like 98% of the people would be comfortable doing that.
Yeah. And I think they felt probably, I can't speak for them, but they were probably very happy that we would, you would choose those people to be like, hey, can you, like that just means that we trust each other.
Right. Like I've seen them before perform in different situations and have speaking skills in different situations where I was like, oh, I think you would definitely. Well, it was funny. One of them was like, thanks for stepping out of forcing me to step out of my comfort zone.
I think I overheard that conversation.
Yeah.
Actually.
So I was like, sure, I can always do that. Ask Dr. Ree. She knows. Push her right over the edge sometimes. But and someone else is like, oh, you can have someone else take that role. It's really okay. And I'm like, you're being really nice right now, but I would love if you could do this because I've seen you speak before, and I know that you'd be comfortable with doing this.
You have the capacity.
You don't have to say you don't have to say yes. Yeah. But I've seen your skills, and I think this would be super easy for you. And so that's why there's kind of a mix of people, which was intentional too, of just across the board of vendors. So next time we do it in winter, it will be a little different as far as just like some things will be different, but I think
the vibe, the theme, maybe even topics probably as well.
Yeah, the core of it will be very similar, and hoping we'll have a little bit just easier communication and things like all the behind the scenes things that we do in the off season. Which is like now. Which is what is now.
I'll be very frank.
The off season.
I'll be very frank. I had a really busy week this week with patients, and I was like, oh my gosh, I know we need to start working on things soon. And it was definitely because the amount of work that we had, and I didn't even have as much of the positions that you had.
Right, like I was kind of to like the madness.
Yes, right, and I was definitely in the passenger seat, making sure you're not crashing. Right. And I know I want to be there to support the system even more. So learning the process of it. Obviously, I've been to many events, but I've done a lot of events, but not like when it's just like a partnership,
so like moving up into being potentially the person who has to make the decision to do all of these things.
I've done solo events, which is small, right?
Like when I was
what
saying,
you were doing,
it was like 15 people,
right? I've done a lot of those, but what we've done, that's definitely a different scale.
Yes, the two-way.
And the financial part of it, and the aftermath of what that all looks like, which was great, right? To go through, but. I am like, okay, I know we're going to have to do better next time. It's only going to get better, but
I think it'll be interesting with, the communication of how we look at off season and on season. And I mean, even honestly, this is a similar to, I know we're talking about it in an event situation, but I think we probably do see this with client care as well, as far as there is a seasonality to that. When you're preparing for birth, that's probably the longest season. When you then have baby here, you do have to figure out how to manage your own energy levels to know, is this the time that I'm going to push, or I'm going to stack my efforts here, and then I'm going to take off, or then I'm going to have it be automated, or then I'm going to, transition this to the other part of the team. That's a hard thing to learn too, because like now, if it's in January, we have the time Q3 and Q4 when we're not technically doing anything, but actually, because of reality editing, like TV magic, we're going to be able to do 2 today, and then be able to push that out. We're going to stack it so that we have that confidence. Right. And then be able to draw that out, so we're not recording later on. It's like the same thing with birth prep, where it's like we would hope we would stack a little bit of those skills in the second trimester. First is debatable. I think just because some people need more time, some people don't.
Well, also first pregnancy versus second,
and what your goals are. But you would want to stack in the second trimester and put that effort in, so that you can skate a little bit, or you can be able to focus on different things in that third trimester. So that will evolve, and like even just kind of Bottega has changed since we started this. We
lost our beautiful Kelly. I think
we lost our beautiful Kelly. Yeah, because I think we had
we still had her around. She had a different energy, but
Bottega's definitely. When we started this, as far as like, I'm just thinking of recording. When we started that, then that was because it was December around when she passed away. So, and then we had changed around things as far as, I don't have the office here, but we have 2 different people that have come in that we kind of know in different ways. But like, that's been kind of an interesting little health and wellness row. Which of course,
I think
I'd love to have the whole song.
I mean, that's my mission. That's my.
Sorry, people.
Hopefully, Jared and Heather doesn't. But that's my.
We may or may not be coaching people.
Yes, hidden, agenda that I have here, because I do think it's got a great energy here, and regardless of like, day-to-day stuff that I do here with patients, but going back to the event, I just think that people, especially people who know of this place and they've been here, like, and they've made comments, and obviously this is totally spontaneous. I'm truly genuinely saying this. Like, I've had such a great experience being here, and everybody that has commented on, oh, Dr. E, you're at Bottega? Oh my God, that's such a great place. Or I've had one doctor that I got, we just kind of ended up having a conversation, and she was like, Doc, you know you're in like one of the most supportive place in Las Vegas. Like, that's exactly what she said. And I was like, oh, how do you, like, in my head, I'm like, how do you know that? You're not here. But she's been just here a couple times
with people, or networking events or something like
Correct.
that.
And so she was sharing how very feel-good place this place is. And, it's going to be really hard to leave when the time comes, if I decide. And I'm leaning towards of like, Jared, do you want to just like give me the rest of this side so I can build it, because I really do. I got to meet you, and obviously with other people coming through, and it's been and I think that's transfers into our event, and that same vibe and energies. That's what I saw and witnessed during our event.
I think the challenge of anything where you're like, you're reflecting or recapping and then looking towards the roadmap of what's going to happen in the future of what we're intending to happen. I think that it is interesting to see how there's a lot of topics that we could talk about, but it's tricky to know how we're going to go into, like, which one is going to be more prevalent or relevant to the community
at the future events
you're talking about? Just future events, but also just like future like YouTube channels and that, topics, subjects, and that kind of stuff. Yeah, like, building that part of it. So
I think, Dr. Kelsey, I think we need to not forget how all of these things came about in such an organic, natural way. For us meeting, to us deciding to do this, I think it's going to be really important for us to always come back to that principle of allowing things to happen organically as well, because we are both doers. Right, we're both doers, and we want things to be done in a certain way. We're list makers, right? I joke around, but I'm really serious. I'm a recovering type A. You know what I mean? I've said this at the event as well. I think that was funny, some of the people, but I'm a hardcore type A person, and I'm trying to let go of some of those things, and letting go was what I think brought me to where we are now for us. Right. And I see the same thing for our event as well. I want things to be organic as much as possible, and people coming together and just really truly being present and enjoying. I think that was the return of the investment of months of work.
Yeah, I think people had, I think we got a lot of really great feedback and on the fact that they were like, oh, like everything looks so professional. Your interaction was, you guys, you know, communicating with us prior to the event was really helpful. On site, like just how it all looked, that we didn't necessarily do anything. It wasn't so much that we did anything that was like drastic or really
like extravagant,
really. Right. But I think people appreciated that it went together well.
Yeah, it was thoughtful.
It was thoughtful, and that people would, this is what you would want to be talking about when it comes to prenatal. Yeah. That was the other like really interesting thing. I'm really glad it ended up this way. But the majority of our attendees were prenatal. Not like a small majority, not like 51-49.
It was majority.
Like 99-1.
Could I just say one thing about our preparation about that though?
What? Yeah.
That we had way too many mimosas.
Oh, yes. Yeah, we were like, thought like 50-50 would be, I don't know why.
We almost ran out, I think, of like
of the non-alcoholic
mocktail. We're like, oh, dilute it.
Yep. So, I mean, that I think was really, that was what we intended. And I think that's part of something.
And I think that's the beautiful organic part.
We want to
it just happened that way. Yeah.
Is like, that's the calmness. Yeah. Because even though, I mean, we both treat postpartum moms and babies who are here, side and all of that, infants and all of that. But I think that what was nice for those prenatal moms, and I think even moms with multiple kids would tell you to, or would tell us, like, that's why it was calm. That's why it was a positive or a fun experience, or like preparing someone for preparing someone for birth, because my toddler wasn't running around. And sometimes it can kind of even scare those prenatal moms if they're first time moms, because they're like, what is happening here? Like, you have, nieces and nephews or whatever kids, but when you're like, I'm pregnant and also I'm looking at this other toddler and you're like, I'm not a baby, and then also like, what is happening over here? It's a little bit harder to have that awareness and that calmness to it, which I thought was interesting. I mean, that's what we were striving for. But it was like, so like, January moms, winter moms, that's like, we're looking, this is designed for you. Like, this is curated for you to feel like you're in a calm space versus kind of just at a Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah. That is definitely not what we're going for.
No, there's plenty of other, like, so many other opportunities.
I think we have to emphasize the fact that, like, when you're in that stage of life and you're getting ready for pregnancy too, the focus is so much about, oh my God, the baby. And we forget about who's carrying that baby, right?
Yeah.
Who, not just the 9 months, but the preparation leading up to the conception. And I would really love to invite preconception moms as well. They're like preparing for pregnancy, right? It's not just for pregnant moms, but moms that are thinking about getting pregnant. They're, what kind of questions do I want to ask before I decide pregnancy is the next step for us, right? The preparation behind not just being pregnant, but like financially, right? Hospital stuff. Like
that's why, stuff. And that's also why we had at the event being like, okay, at which will be Coffee and Childbirth Live in January. Someone who either we're referring you to someone who understands more of that budgeting piece or how to speak with you on something like that, or like is just creative. It doesn't even necessarily have to be. I think sometimes with those resources and accessing those resources, it seems like it has to be done in a specific way.
True. Right.
But
it doesn't have to be.
Everybody's different in how they're going to do that. So it takes someone with that financial sense, but also creative enough to say, well, what does your lifestyle look like? What is it going to be in returning to work? Is it not going to be returning to work? Is it going to be having that conversation? Is it, what's childcare going to be like? What are
everything?
All those questions.
So many things.
That I think will be really helpful for moms. So we're in my opinion, or when I think about like the reflection part, and then going forward, it's really just making the formatting that we've already done, which maybe doesn't sound like super sexy, but the formatting that we've already created for something even like the YouTube channel better. So we'll probably have repeating topics, but I think maybe having some guidance on that to make like sure we get across information that we want, and the feedback from the community saying like, oh, I don't really want to hear about that, or I want to hear more about this.
Right.
I think that'll be really cool.
Well, I think also there's going to be a cycle of people coming through, and it's not going to be, even if like the topic is about the same. People, our audience will grow out of, our audiences are going to grow out of us.
Because we already even have we have a couple people who want to be guests. And so we haven't figured out, we didn't say no, but it's like, just let us like, yes, but we don't know when.
Right.
Or like how we're going to manage, the space. And
things are going to evolve a lot for us.
Yeah.
I mean, couple years,
maybe we should, I don't know if I should say this out loud, but maybe we should manifest that we could like go to a place and sit down and they would have the set and we just borrow the set.
Oh, that would be just heavenly. I just kind of like set in that moment.
Yeah.
Oh,
like visualizing that time.
Oh, yes, please. I pay you money. Make it happen.
Yeah.
And we show up.
So like we just show up.
That would be amazing. That would be amazing.
Like the celebrities that we are. Sorry. Okay. So obviously
coming back.
Wow. I really went off. Tethered. I let myself be untethered.
Oh man.
A minute. Yeah, that would be cool to have like, so we're just coming in really talking about those things. We're meeting and interviewing those people that are relevant. Yeah. So I think, just thinking about, I'm eyeing the time. Is there anything else you'd like to share? Experience up to this point?
Well, I think I definitely want to thank our volunteers as well.
Yes.
They are obviously have had zero exposure to any of our audience or recognition, and I just want to say how awesome of them to donate their time to help us, and I'm hoping we'll have more volunteers in the future because we could use more help. And then how, again, coming back to that community, just, being in Bottega, I think that really brings that same energy that other people want to be part of as well. So I'm hoping that'll also grow and then thank you for really, kind of taking charge and not crashing the car while I'm in the passenger seat.
We should.
And there were moments.
We should repeat that.
There were moments.
Would be like, you just got a flat tire yesterday. I didn't crash the car.
Great. Yeah.
We may have like done a little bump, you hit the bump.
It's like, whoa,
and then we're coming back to the middle. But back on the road. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. I am trying really hard to be into the feminine, not necessarily over masculinization of things.
I don't think,
but I also want success,
of course,
which is hard.
Hard
to drive the line, be the line between that, where you do have to let things come organically, and then we also have to, close the book on it or move forward on it, because we won't get
a balance of the two. I think it's hard, and I think anything that you try to balance is hard, because balance doesn't mean it's stagnant.
Sure, it's dynamic.
Balance is dynamic. Things are going to be up and down, and it's just making sure it doesn't tip completely over.
Yes,
that's really what it comes down to. And I'll tell you this too. I think being a recovering type A, I really enjoy being in the passenger seat. I think if I was in my 30s, I think it'd be different.
Sure. I'm 38. You're still sunsetting on my.
You still got a couple more years.
I do.
But I think I'm gonna be 46 in a couple of weeks. Can you believe 46? That? That's weird.
You look great for 46.
Well, I always say it's because I don't have kids and a husband.
I mean, that definitely does help.
but then there's the other side. We're like, oh man, I don't have kids and I don't have a husband. There's that side too. That ages me differently.
Right.
But what was I saying?
I'll take that opportunity to I will thank my spouse who did, my spouse and family, or friends and family, chosen family that are here, because he definitely did not, he was like, okay, what do you need me to do? Move. Like, what do you need me to physically move for you here? And so he took a lot of direction, which I know is kind of hard sometimes. But he was very helpful with that. And then obviously, like, I had a friend who watched our kids at home because I was like, as much as I love having my kids involved when it's appropriate, I also know when I will be a different person if they're around, and not always in a like, I'm a princess with my children. I'm so happy that my progeny are here. Like, not always in that.
Well, also, like you said earlier, we wanted to keep that peace as much as possible. And I was just like, I know. And your boys, I love them so much, but they're also boys, and they'll get a black eye at a pool. Yes, 2 seconds flat. So. Oh my goodness, that day.
We'll not, test those waters. And then I did also, she wasn't technically a volunteer, but I want to thank Paisley for, she's an ongoing support with editing this and posting this and all of these things. And then she was there for like on site to help with those things. And the biggest lesson I just feel like with doing something like this and adding this to what we do is that communication part. Cause like I, am learning how much I need to support her explaining things to her and being more, not that she doesn't know how to do it, but the clarity on myself as a leader is really different. Right. So, and then Ava and Pedro, family and friends, that you have that were great, helping at the beginning, at the end.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
So we really appreciated everybody's 100%, support, because we kind of, and the people in our life know this about us, but we kind of are just like, okay,
let's get it done.
Let's do it. I'm ready. Are you ready?
Why are you not ready?
Why are you not ready? I don't understand why we're not ready. What's happening here? So we really appreciate that. And then of course, drawing more volunteers, students, people who are interested in this work.
Yeah.
I
think we should get some interns.
Yeah, that would be very cool.
I think that would be good to have some interns. So if you know any really good, hardworking interns that want to learn anything to do with healthcare, and pregnancy care, chiropractic, physical therapy, any
child care, early childhood development,
that might be something.
Looking at UNLV doula program,
that would be fantastic.
Started a doula. I don't know what all their.
Did you know that they started a medical school in Summerlin? That's what I said.
I didn't know that. Maybe that'll be a next topic.
So I know a student who's starting. She's going to be the first class of that school in Summerlin. I have no idea what the name is. I got to look it up. But just she's like, oh, I'm going to be in med school, and I'm like, what do you mean you're going to be in med school? I'm like, you mean like the UNLV? She's like, no. So that's how I found out last weekend.
Cool.
So we can talk about that in the future.
We will see.
And I have opinions.
We always do. Come back next time for more opinions. Thanks, guys and gals. We'll see you next time.